He's famous for his highly personal work exploring memory, loss, birth and death. Influential French artist Christian Boltanski is on show at the Sydney Festival, one of Australia's major art events, with this surprising installation of a printing press streaming hundreds of photographs of newborn babies. Every 8 minutes an alarm rings and a random picture is projected on a screen, illustrating Boltanski's idea of chance, the title of his work.
One day I thought that if I am what I am is because my parents made love at this precise moment. If they have made love 2 seconds after, I shall be totally different. Perhaps I shall be a girl, or in case totally different.
The show first went on display at the 2011 Venice Biennale and has also been to the Netherlands and Brazil. Boltanski likens his artworks to a piece of orchestral music, which produces a different result each time it's played. Weighing 20 tons and measuring 50 meters, the installation is on show at the Carriage Works Art Gallery in Sydney until the end of March. To Germany now, where the opening of the new state parliament in Brandenburg outside Berlin has been overshadowed by a row over an exhibition that includes a portrait of Adolf Hitler. As part of the interior decor of the parliament, German painter Lutz Friedl was commissioned to paint images of historical figures. These include Holocaust victim Anne Frank and former Cuban leader Fidel Castro. Among them, Friedl chose to include German comedian Helge Schneider as Adolf Hitler in the film My Führer. I think we have to bear this in the true sense of the word. I can totally understand that people may disagree or find it annoying, but we have to accept a part of freedom in art. The painter said he selected images of people who had impressed him in a positive or negative way. He said his shadowy image of Schneider as Hitler was intended to trigger a discussion about the limits of presenting the dictator in a human light. Next to Hitler, you see portraits of German RAF terrorists. They're part of the post-war history, which itself was a result of Hitler's reign. We also have the German poet Heinrich von Kleist, whose demise was linked to society at the time. I'm not here to give lectures, and I don't have all the answers. What I do is ask questions I've always asked myself. My goal is to trigger dialogue. A request by the Conservatives to have the paintings removed was outvoted by the ruling left-wing coalition, who argued that would represent a form of censorship. In the British capital London, the Whitechapel Gallery is paying homage to Dada darling Hannah Höch. The show features around 120 works by the German pioneer who was the driving force behind the collage technique. An artistic movement born out of World War I, Dadaism went by the rule that there were no rules.
We are delighted to show the first ever UK exhibition of the famous and rebellious Dada artist Hannah Höch. Hannah Höch was one of the most significant and pivotal artists to pioneer the art form of collage, the cutting out of paper to create new forms from the debris, the flotsam and jetsam of our mass media society.
Höch, whose work was branded degenerate by the Nazis, was a firm believer in artistic freedom. Her art questions conventional concepts of beauty in the making of art, using collage as a key medium for satire and exploring the idea of the so-called New Woman in post-World War I Germany. The Hannah Höch exhibition at London's Whitechapel Gallery runs until the end of March.